And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Haskins. He's got it complete to Thompson. And right away, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 16-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Redskins, nothing.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions. But some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Now a first down throw complete downfield. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped.
Check 26, check 26.
From the red zone now, Haskins on first down. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. There for the sack, Everson Griffin. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Haskins will throw. Got an open man. It's Harmon. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down. Here's Haskins out of the gun. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. Second down and goal. Haskins. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target. But now it's 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, Haskins. And that is caught by the tight end Reed. Touchdown, Washington. A 9-yard touchdown there as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On the carry, it's Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good,
Yeah.
backside guys,
Man,
that's what you're supposed to do.
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
Let's go. You tighten up. Check.
On second and inches, Cousins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be two guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. A first carry for Amir Abdullah. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Gun. Gun. Go now.
Now Cousins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Peterson. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Here we go on 4th down, Haskins. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Ready? Breaker Omaha! Two.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down now. It's Cook. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Throwing is Cousins. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Rudolph there to make the grab. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Now Bailey to tack on the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term
there he goes, right side. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson, 75 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Alert flare, flare, flare.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. Cousins finding Diggs on a big one, 43 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On 2nd down, Cook. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Let's go.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Gun!
Mike, 55. 55. All day, dog. 36.
Lucky 48.
Topper! Topper!
Check.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Throwing, Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen there to make the grab as his guys are able to regain the lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Haskins now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Second and 10 now. Haskins. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. Complete. Richardson has it. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
We ain't beginning to turn you up. Don't get nervous.
Mike, 55. Right there. Set the tone.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. He's got Thompson here, complete.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That's me. Mike, 55. Go. You remember me?
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Haskins. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Haskins. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Darius Geis. Incomplete. It's second down and goal at the 5-yard line.
A line of scrimmage once again, the 5, as they get ready for second and goal. Now it's Haskins. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
That's it. Big hit.
He was covered by Trey Williams.
They'll come out in the pistol. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal?
Check. Crunch.
Now Haskins to throw it. And that is caught by the tight end Reed. Touchdown, Washington. Jordan Reed in the final seconds of the first half, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Hopkins with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line.
At their own 40-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Quentin Dunbar right there on the coverage. Here's second and 10 now from the 29.
Hey, check. 3 down.
You got ring up 48. Hey, no, easy.
Now Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up.
Second and 10 at their 48-yard line.
Throwing on second down. Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop, because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
First.
22, Mark 22. Hey, here I come.
They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd.
Yeah.
After that one.
Here in the 3rd quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play.
Check. Fresno.
They'll run on 1st down. Cook. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. They run it again with Cook. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
They'll run for it with Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Cousins to throw it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. 4th and goal. Running for it. Here's Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys have now moved out in front.
Oh, this is what I love about calling these games. 4th and goal. This is all about leverage, who wants it more, and who's going to get it done at the point of attack, the line of scrimmage.
Bailey got the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch 10, watch 10.
This time, Haskins will look to throw. And he drops this off to Townsend, complete. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
55. Right there, 55.
From the gun on 3rd down. Haskins, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Redskins with the football, but trailing here as we get down to the good stuff. Quarter number 4. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position.
Mike. Mike.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Bring up 48.
Watch the shot.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
He's tired of me. He's tired of us.
Watch switch.
2.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
We ain't giving up nothing today. Shut 48.
A 2nd down throw for Cousins. And incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Lynn 50. 80 weapons.
Kill.
Back. Hey, Ringo 48. Pilot 64. Weak. What's that?
To throw, Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a two-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Second and 10. Here's Haskins again. He's got it complete to Thompson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. He'll rifle this one deep right. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Now Haskins on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Check 55, Mike. Watch the run, watch the run.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point good by Hopkins. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Cook. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A gain of 4.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
J382, late 50.
Kill. Turn it.
Lucky 50.
Kill, turn it.
Gun. One touch.
On third down, Abdullah. And an alley to run. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
And the Vikings first down.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1.
Check 24, check 24.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Check 53, flat. You can't block me. You can't block me. Check 3.
Can. Yellow. X3, 218, chopper.
Hey, alert 3.
Hot.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. So a big kick coming now for Dan Bailey. Bailey's kick is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
Let's go. Let's do it.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Intended for Terry McLaurin. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 1.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Throwing now is Haskins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Danielle Hunter in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats.